Dude, and welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC. We've got another great show for you today. Obviously, a little bit around us. There's only two of us here today, but we are ready to rock and roll. We're going to get this thing going. First off, Mr. K. Stelt, good to see you there, my friend. Yep, glad to have you right here next to me. Sir, how you been? How's the week been going? Give us a little bit of update on how everything's been.
Week's been good. Did some golfing, all that stuff, watching some ball, some Olympics, all that stuff. Maybe dabbling a little bit into the NFL, early games. I know Hollywood Brown's injury was stinky.
Yeah, it was stinky.
Big time stinky. Maybe out for the season.
Probably out for the season.
Other than that, I've had a good week.
Yeah, that's
a great week.
Hey, man, it's always good to have a great week. We're going to run into a little bit of, some guys coming here and there. I heard Howard might be coming to hang out a little while. And then, of course, obviously, for Smart or Dumb later tonight, P4 will be here, hopefully, as a host to be able to make sure that maybe one of us will be able to get more than 1 point, other like last week. But let's talk a little bit of Olympics. So the Olympics have officially concluded. The United States have won in the biggest, or the most medals won. Obviously, they won 111 medals, and they tied China for the most golds. The United States basketball team, obviously b-ball guys are who we are. They played really well against Serbia. Came back from down 13. It was 11. I think it was 11 in the third quarter. And going into the fourth quarter, LeBron and Steph teamed up and made it. So we were able to move on, and then everybody showed up. Steph showed up, LeBron showed up, AD came off the bench, played really well. D-Book played well. I mean, everybody played well, but they ended up beating France in their home country. Victor Wembanyama, see you later. We'll see you in 2028. Hopefully that team's not going to be that good, but it obviously will be. So that was a great gold medal for the United States. Quincy Hall, local guy from Kansas City, from around here. Congratulations. Yeah, we love Quincy Hall around here. Won the 400 meter. Great comeback. If you haven't seen that race, go and look at it on YouTube. It's phenomenal. Great job. Graduated from Braytown South, and just a great athlete, and was a really cool race to see somebody, especially local, around our area. Mr. K. Steltzer, what was some of your favorite moments of the entire Olympics? Did you have any one or two that really stand out to your mind of the 2024 Paris Olympics?
Yeah, I like the Australian breakdancer.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was funny, though. That was like, I don't know what.
Give you the gold.
It wasn't bad. I mean, was it? It was one of those things where in the first time you could ever be sitting on the couch and go, I can do that.
Absolutely.
I can do that.
I can do better.
Olympic athlete. Other than that, swimming was exciting.
Yeah.
I love track and field because it's the only time I watch it, and track and field's awesome. Quincy Hall with a great comeback. Wasn't even talked about to win the race at the beginning. The basketball team was awesome. We'll talk a little bit about Steph and what he did. Of course, and the other guys, LeBron and KD. We'll also talk about AD's defense and if Joel Embiid did something.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Other than that, United States and China tied with gold. So we didn't win, but thankfully, to the boxer, everyone was yelling about, what about this and that, having chromosomes. If that lady guy, whatever you want to call her, if they didn't win, United States would be one down to China. So thank you for thank you, everyone yelling.
Hey, we love everybody around here. We love everybody. So glad, shout out for that. Thank God that the China didn't win that. The United States basketball team obviously played really well together. Steph Curry went off for 36 in the semi. And then ended up with 24 in the final there. Just absolutely lights out. If you haven't seen, go watch him in the fourth quarter of this gold medal matchup. He hit like 4 threes. I mean, you're used to seeing it, but finally, I'm a Suns fan. Seeing somebody like Steph Curry being able to cheer for him for once was actually super fun. So Steph did incredible. You saw Anthony Davis catch a lob from KD, probably childhood memory type moment, as Anthony has always talked about how good or how much Kevin Durant has meant to him in his career. AD really stepped up. But Joel Embiid, we're big KU guys, but man, he's pretty stinky. during the pretty
Yeah,
much.
it was tough for him because the FIBA rules aren't necessarily in his favor for the way the game is played. In his style, he likes to get fouls. He likes to go to the free throw line. That just doesn't happen in FIBA. It's a little bit more, a lot more contact without fouls. He had to step up his defense, which he did at times, but at the end of the day, he was still kind of goofing around. But we'll see if he comes back. But other than that, Steph had a great day. Both games. I mean, what was his first gold medal, or first Olympics, I believe, something crazy. But yeah, Steph is unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can't, disregard LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Those guys stepped up in the best way possible. And AD, of course, decided what he was really good at for his entire career, but of course going in the NBA doesn't really work out, is he used his defense, which he's really good at because he's an athletic 7 whatever power or stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch 4, stretch 5. Yeah, he can play kind of.
But he's a great defender, and he used that defense, and it helped out in a lot of ways. So congratulations to the United States for going in and beating a pretty decent France team. I know they've kind of been that second best team out there, and Serbia, of course, just has a bunch of guys out there. What I noticed though was that one kid for Serbia, wearing number 7, which is Carmelo Anthony's number, decided to do this after hitting a 3 going up 11, right in front of Carmelo Anthony, and of course the king, LeBron James, went up to him and asked, "Why are you doing that? That's silly. That's goofy." And then after that, the power came a hold of the United States team, and we destroyed them. Bad decision on that part. You don't make fun of the king if you want to call him the king. At that point, he was the king. But congratulations to them. Other than that, swimming did well.
Track and field, they won, they at least medaled in majority of the events.
A lot of the... who was the one lady that always wins in the 400?
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin's really good. The heptathlon thing was pretty sad for that one chick.
Yeah, that was crazy. That. Yeah, she won. Yeah, she was
she
5th or whatever.
She would have been at the top if she hadn't have stepped over the line on javelin. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. She had the best throw of the day for the heptathlon athletes, and she got excited and jumped over the line, and it was a fault. Yeah. So if you guys don't know what heptathlon is, it's an athlete that does 7 events. So it's kind of a all-around thing.
Yeah, you'd be the best. You'd be really good at all of them.
Steeplechase, we're taking 2nd place. That never happens.
Yeah, steeplechase. Or a guy,
the 15th.
Did you see the guy that knocked himself out on in the final? That was gruesome, but he smacked his head.
Estonian, Ethiopian guy. I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy.
The United States are kind of making their way up in the long distance run. That never happens. Mainly that's Ethiopia or Norway, Kenya, or a lot of the northern, not Siberian, Scandinavian, European countries, but we're making our name.
Yeah, we're doing a really good job. The Olympics are probably one of my favorite times. We only get it for every 4 years. So the next one will be in LA in 2028. Snoop Dogg will definitely be a part of that one, as he was part of 2024, making $500,000 just to cover the Olympics. So shout out Snoop, sponsor Snoop. But the Olympics were incredible. We're going to transition a little bit now to something a little bit different, a little bit more physical. Okay, we're going to talk about the UFC. So obviously the UFC guy in Mr. P4, the main man from way out west, is not here with us tonight. He is currently, I think he was at the Mets and Mariners game, but he is currently here. So Kyle and I are going to kind of take over this. We're not going to really go over last week's bunch of, some decent fights, but what we're really looking forward to is the fight coming up on this Saturday. This Saturday is going to be pretty crazy. It is going to be, obviously, Israel Adesanya versus Dupuis. This card is going to be fantastic. So, if you don't remember, Dupuis took the belt off of Sean Strickland, and it was kind of, he definitely won the fight, but it definitely looked like Strickland got the best of Duplessis. You know, he was all bloodied and beat up, and Strickland looked like he was fine. So, but great fight. Adesanya going back for his belt that he lost from Strickland. So that'll be really, really interesting. Then we got some of these other cards here in Kai Kara France and Steven Ekberg. These guys are two title kind of contending fight. Usyk, yeah, sorry, excuse me. Usyk. I'm sorry, dude, sportsman. Just like pronunciation is not my best thing, but these two guys are going to be these are contender fights, like number one contender fights up in that flyweight division. Somebody that could get the next chance or opportunity coming up. Whoever wins this fight should be a really, really two different Aussies, or excuse me, one's New Zealand, but they're both from way down under in that area. So that'll be a really, really interesting fight. Gamrot and Dan Hooker. This is a fight that I think is going to be really good. Dan Hooker is Hangman. You know, he's known for knocking guys out. And Gamrot has some great power as well. Should be an interesting fight. You know, I really like Hooker in this, but we'll get into the predictions here. We're going to highlight just about 2 or 3 more, and then we'll go right back up there, and me and K-Stout will give our personal opinions. You got Tai Tuivasa, you know, Shuey game, doing some real work here against Rosenruck, who is the big old guy this is gonna be an interesting fight as well. That kind of rounds out the main card, and then you got Ling Jinglang and Carlos Pradas. Carlos Pradas is 14-3, so it's gonna be pretty good. So it's gonna be one of those fights that's gonna be super interesting. So we're gonna go right back through this a little bit. So. Mr. K. Steltzer, we're going to keep track of this for next week, okay? So just you and I. Absolutely. So we're each going to pick. You got to pick who you think's going to win, how, and then if you pick a knockout, pick a round, okay? So pick whoever you want. So Ling Jinglang or Carlos Pradas, are you picking for the first official fight?
Yeah, I don't know too much about these two guys. I haven't seen a Chinese fighter in a while, from just what I've watched, of course. I've heard Carlos Pradas' name thrown out a little bit. Can you check what's Lee's record? Go check his record. I don't know much about this guy. He's 10-4, so
yeah, so 10-4, so
a lot. He has some wins by knockout. Those could be some younger or early rounds. Yeah, it just doesn't look a lot like these guys are. I guess they're trying to get up into the rankings a little bit. This is a tough fight to pick. I think I'm going to go Pradas right here, just because he's got that Brazilian in him. I don't know much about the Chinese fighters. They could have something up their belt. I don't know where he trains out of, but I assume it's somewhere in China. But I'm going to go Carlos Pradas. No knockout. Probably going to be a decision, unanimous in my opinion.
You know. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm going to join on that wagon for one fight. I think Reyes is going to have this over the Chinese fighter. You know, I'm the same way as K-Stout here. I don't really know too much about these two fighters. One's 10-4, there one's 13-4. So I'm going to go Paredes, but I think he's going to win by submission in round 3. Yeah. I think I'm going to go a little bit different, some type of Brazilian action.
Are these guys more fighter? I don't know. I know it looks like Lee is more of a fighter in a weird way. He may be a grappler.
Maybe,
I don't know, but this is just my stupid opinion. P4 don't make fun of me, but look at the chin.
I know.
Lee has.
He could, yeah.
This guy, his chin's thin. He can't not really able to hit.
He hits it right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe his chin's a little. This guy's chin looks stronger, but it's a little bit bigger. Maybe he could. This is just the amateur in me. You get a hit on that guy's chin, dude. That's gonna be knocking some wind out of him. But of course, we'll see. This is welterweight. That's what is that right above?
It's where Bilal Muhammad just won the.
Is that right under middleweight, or is that above it? Yeah, this is where I get confused.
I think it's above. Question. Yeah, sure.
P4. Where's P4?
P4.
Wait, no.
P4.
Pull up the live chat. We'll see. Or no, I'll pull that up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have it.
Okay, so we're gonna go move on here to Tai Tuivasa and Rosenstruck. This should be someone's gonna get knocked out here. I think these two are not gonna go the distance. I am gonna take Tai Tuivasa just because of name, image alone. I think it's gonna be he kind of reminds me of like a Derek Lewis figure where he's got these big celebrations, but always finds a way to knock the guy out. So I'm going to take Tuivasa here, and I'm going to go knockout third round. That's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take Tuivasa, knockout third round.
Knockout. Not a bad decision. These are heavyweight guys, big boys. I mean, I love Tai Tuivasa. Is it Samoan that he's got in him? Maybe
yeah, I think so.
Something like that down in,
Australia.
It's an Australian guy. More of that New Zealand. They got that stuff working down there, but I don't know much about Jazanio.
Rosenstrick or something?
Rosenstrick.
I don't know. Sorry, dude.
That's a
sorry.
crazy
Shout out.
name.
Shout out if you want to come on to the pod and correct us on our
Crazy
pronunciation.
name.
Shout out, but sorry.
But yeah, I love Tuivasa. I hope he wins. This is a lower ranked guys, but I think Tuivasa wins. I think I'm gonna go with probably TKO here.
TKO.
Something's gonna go down.
So me and K-Stell are on the same page here. Let's see if this next fight's going to keep us on the same page. You got Gamrot from Poland, and you've got the Hangman, Dan Hooker. I've been a huge fan of Hangman for a while now. Gamrot's going to be really, really good, too. We're just going to have to see how this goes.
Sorry, just looking at his...
Yeah, they're 8-5. He's 24-2. Dan Hooker's done pretty well. I'm going to take... I know Gamrot's kind of on a roll here, but I think Dan Hooker gets his get back. I think Dan Hooker wins by unanimous decision.
Yeah, I mean, I know Gamrot's had a hot streak going on. He actually could possibly win. I mean, he's ranked 5 in the lightweight. But I think everyone just wants to see Dan Hooker go for the whole thing. But I think just to make it a little bit, of a gamesmanship situation, I'm going to go Gamrot. I think he's going to keep rolling. I wouldn't be mad if Dan Hooker wins, but if he wins, Dan Hooker's got to knock him out.
Yeah.
He can't be doing all this jib and jab and try to see if he can get one out. Gamrot's a little bit more experienced, I think, in some ways. I know Dan Hooker's been fighting for not a long time, but, he's coming up from the weeds. But I like Gamrot. I don't have anything against him. I know his record isn't the greatest, but I think I'm going to hit Gamrot on this, see if he can pull it through so he can find a way to get to that title fight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got our co-main event right here. Now, you go ahead and pick, since I picked the first one, last one. I want to see who do you think Kaya France is going to win, or you think Steve Earcraig, Irseg.
I hope
Irseg, sorry. We're just not, this was why we need the main man from way out west to really correct us on these names here. But who do you think is going to win between the two guys from way down under?
I'm going to go hometown guy, Steve Irseg. He's been fighting pretty well. He's trying to come up and, make a name for himself. I know Kai's been kind of on a hater real quick, coming up from New Zealand. I mean, look at that face. He looks so mad.
I know.
He looks like he's ready to get there. This is a flyweight, so there's going to be a lot of grappling, I assume. Maybe some hard punches in there. You never know. You never know with these flyweight guys. They're always a mystery when they come out of the bell. But I think I'm going to hit Steve Irseg here, get that hometown win, bump up his ratings a little bit, try to get him to that flyweight, title shot again, just like Gamrot. We want the guys trying to make a name for themselves, and Steve Irseg, he just looks like a winner. He looks sleepy right now, but he's got that dog in him. That you have to get the X-ray out for, and you see the pit bull in there. So.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go against you on this one. I think Kaya France is on a tear. I think he's going to handle this and get that flyweight championship shot coming to his way once he wins this battle. So I got Kaya France winning in. Let's go unanimous decision. I think that'll be the best option. Okay, and then obviously main fight of the night: Duplessis versus Israel Adesanya. K-Stelzer, who do you got?
I gotta go with the bow and arrow machine, Israel Adesanya. I think it's his comeback. I think it's his moment to shine. I know that his fight with Sean Strickland was a little tough. I just think Israel just has the ability to, really have that knockout strength in him. I think he's going to knock him out, but to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if Israel lost. But I really want Israel to get a knockout win. I'd say probably let's go fourth round, when they're tired. I know, was it Dreesus?
Yeah, Dreesus, yeah.
Dreesus. Yeah, I think Dreesus, he likes to get down and dirty, and if Israel, wants to play that game, I think if he gets one more put on him, especially a good one, because it's going to be a bloody match, it's going to be Israel's fight to win. In my opinion, of course, Dreesus just has to keep it together and not fall for the tricks that Israel has up his sleeve. But I got Israel knockout 4th round.
Yeah, I also have the style bender. I think this is going to be a great fight. I think either Adesanya is going to have to knock him out to win. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think Duplessis. I don't think
be a knockout
unless he convincingly wins the fight. But it's usually how I used to see about 10 years ago in the UFC was if it was even, it would always go to the champion. Now you see it a lot more where it's like if it's close, like there's a lot more of them being like we'll play another person. It's a lot more closely knit. It's not like there's no real champion's advantage anymore. So like I still think Adesanya wins. I think he wins by knockout as well. I'm gonna go round 5 knockout.
He has to.
But I don't think he wins a decision. I think if it goes the length, I think Duplessis gets this back, and I think Strickland is his next fight.
Like I said, it's Israel's fight to win.
Yeah.
He can't. He's not defending anything, and Israel is not known to go in there and just bout it out. So he's gonna have to take care of him. He's gonna have to put him on the ground. For a while.
Yeah,
he's the only shot. I mean, we could be wrong. We never know.
Well, we are professional analysts. Like that's kind of the whole thing. We're just dudes. We're just dudes hanging out, enjoying some sports. But that was it for our UFC. We'll get P4, the main man from way out west. Hopefully, we'll be back next week for his reactions and everything like that. But now we're gonna transition to a little bit of hot weather baseball coming up. We are in the wild card hunt right now. And Mr. K. Steltzer, since you're sitting right next to me, why don't you take us over and tell us how good the MLB has been so far?
It's been a little hot. P4, sorry about that. P4, I believe, went to all 3 games in Seattle this weekend. And all 3 of the times his team went up against the very low-powered offense of the Seattle Mariners. They ended up losing. Sorry about that, P4. It's a tough situation. Man, they got outscored 22-1. Golly, man, that is a blow, especially with this Mariners team. But luckily enough for the Mariners, they are still in a playoff hunt. They're actually still in that 3rd spot. But we'll go over the teams right now that are in the lead for their respective divisions, the wild card teams, the guys behind them for both leagues. And we'll start with the American League. The Baltimore Orioles have the best record in the Major League at 70-49. They are almost they're 20 games over 500 right now, or 21, I guess. We'll see at the end of that. They've been playing good ball. They had a good trade deadline. Got some pitchers. Got some hitters. Eloy Jimenez got out of the White Sox organization. Thank goodness for him. Going to have some fun. Orioles are having a lot of fun. Gunnar Henderson isn't playing the best anymore, so that's why they've kind of been teetering back and forth with the Yankees, and we'll talk about the Yankees a little bit later. The Guardians had a very bad last week. They kind of bounced back a little bit with the Twins, but it didn't look good. I think they lost, 6 or 7 games in a row. Wasn't good at all. I think the Royals and Twins were like 7.5 or 6 games back. It was something bad, and now the Royals are, I think, 3.5 back, and the Twins are 2.5 back right now. So it's closer. It's a lot closer now for the AL Central. The Guardians are a fraud. I've been saying they're a fraud forever. If they get to the playoffs, they're going to lose in the first round, wherever they play. And then the AL West, stinky division, but the Houston Astros, I believe, are tied right now with the Seattle Mariners record-wise. Let's take a look. Yep, it looks like that, 530 to 520. It's a tight race. It's basically neck and neck at this point. Seattle's offense is waking up. But the Houston Astros, you know what devil magic they do. They sprinkle some in the...
Smacking trash cans. And
they find a way to get in, and, their pitching...
Buzzers on their shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's
tattoos.
It also helps that they're getting a lot of their players back that they had injured at the beginning of the year. So a lot of their players are coming back. And Kyle Tucker is coming back, I believe, next week. So the Seattle Mariners, they got to figure it out. They're not looking in a good position right now because their wild card standings are not good either. Let's talk about the 3 wild card teams. The Yankees absolutely lead that with 4.5 games. They're 70 and 49. They're right there with the Orioles. Right now, the Orioles and Yankees are teetering back and forth of who's going to take that first spot. The Yankees have been playing well. Jazz Chisholm decided to be a monster coming to the Yankees, but it doesn't hurt because the Yankees play in a Mickey Mouse Stadium. Congratulations for hitting a lot of home runs. The Twins are 65 and 52. Only have a half game up against the Royals right now. They had a pretty good week. Swept the Cleveland Guardians in a 1 day, 2 game series. Decided to smoke them out of the water that day. Then they lost a couple games. Didn't look too well. But they're trying to figure it out. They're like I've been saying, they are the Brewers of the American League. No one really cares about them. No one really pays attention until they show up all of a sudden. You have to go, oh, we're playing them, and they lost. So that's about how it goes. The surprise of the year, the Kansas City Royals have a 2.5 game lead against the Mariners right now, but the Mariners...
They're on fire.
Yeah, so luckily enough, the Royals have the lead, or have the head-to-head lead against the Mariners and the Astros. So they're not really worried about them. Royals had a decent week. They lost to the Boston Red Sox in a 3-game series, 2-1. Didn't look that good, but they came in and
they split the series with the Cards, right?
They actually won the series with the Cards. They won 3-1. Sorry about that, Nick Howard, but Nick's not really high on the Cardinals right now. I think he knows that their chances of running wild in the playoffs is kind of low. But we'll talk about that later. Royals doing well. Bobby Wood Jr., best player in baseball. We'll talk about that later. Seattle Mariners.
No one can say anything else.
2.5 back. No one can.
Where's our podcast?
Nick Howard, you're not on here.
And neither is the main man from Way Out West.
No.
This is coming from everybody from the Dudes and Sports. Every single person that's involved. Bobby Witt Jr. is the best player in the MLB right now. Everybody agrees on that because nobody can say any different. So, anyways, continue.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners are 2.5 games back of wild card standings. It's a pretty significant lead, but of course it could change in 2 days like that.
Oh, he just said that. Now he's gonna hit like shit, bro.
Yeah, probably. I've been saying that for a while. My juju's pretty bad. But the Boston Red Sox are now 3 games back of the wild card standings. Does not look good for them at all. Jarren Duran, you're in trouble. We heard what you said. You're in trouble. Tampa Bay Rays are 5.5 games back. Tigers are 9.5 games back. So it's basically 2 teams trying to figure it out. But don't know if that'll happen. Let's move on to the National League, which no one really cares about unless you're a National League fan.
Well, whatever.
Which we actually have 2 in here.
I guess, but they're not really here. So like.
And the Braves. Oh, look the Braves. Philadelphia has the best record right now. Well, they're tied with the Dodgers at 69, nice, and 49, 20 games above 500. The Philadelphia Phillies had a kind of rough stretch in a little bit, not really doing the best, but they kind of found their ground, decided to play some ball. They play good at home. They decide to play well away, depends on who they're playing. Philadelphia Phillies, congratulations. It's World Series or bust for you guys, so that's the only thing you got to worry about. The Dodgers, another World Series or bust team, $1 billion spent in the offseason. Got to figure it out, but they have been figuring it out. They're also 69, nice, and 49.
Oh.
So they're taking a little bit of the... We'll go and look at the National League standings right now. Phillies have 7.5 games up. Brewers have 7.5 games up. The Dodgers are 3.5 games up because we'll talk about that team sneaking up behind them. My team of the week, actually. The Brewers, again, who knows? They're good. They're a good team, but no one cares about them, which is weird because their ownership is stinky, and that's all I have to say. They're 67 and 50, so they're doing pretty well, leading 7.5 in the NL Central, so they have a pretty good margin of victory right there, unless something catastrophic happens. But Brewers, good job. Now let's talk about this wild card race right now. The Diamondbacks, your team of the week, possibly team of the month, hopefully.
Shout out Diamondbacks.
They've won, I don't know how many games in a row. It looks like, I mean, I see a lot of W's. I see little L's. The Diamondbacks have been coming back. Ketel Marte could possibly be the NL MVP. But Shohei's still really good. But still, Ketel Marte is a fantastic baseball player. Absolutely an underrated baseball player when it comes to the talk, because everyone talks about the AL. The Diamondbacks have a 4-game lead right now in the wild card standings in the NL, and a 3.5 game, and they're 3.5 games behind the LA Dodgers. Watch out. Watch out, because it'll happen again. And then the Padres, they sold their entire farm to, basically get a win. Their offense is nice. Their talent, their youthful talent is good. And their bullpen, I have a question. Yeah, we will wait P4. Their bullpen's good. Their starting pitching's good. Everything's good about the Padres. They have a legit shot to actually make a run in the postseason. I'd be a little scared if I was at the teams, because a lot of their holes were filled at the trade deadline. They will be moving up. Now let's talk about this third spot in the NL Central.
It's wild.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are 3 or less games behind in that third spot of the AL or the NL wild card race. Right now, the Braves have a half-game lead against the Mets. That must stink for the Mets, but the Mets have a head-to-head record. The Mets have a head-to-head record, which is good. Mets, of course, lost 3 in a row, very stinky, to the Seattle Mariners. But they only have a half game back. The Braves are just in a funk right now. They lost a ton of games, so don't be surprised if they start losing more games. The Cardinals are 1.5 games back. They're a good team. I don't know if their depth is going to be able to get them through that, but hopefully they keep building and keep building so that their youth next year is able to get through.
Oh, great. Look, of course, he shows up right when we're about to do Smart or Dumb. He doesn't want to hang out for the whole podcast. He wants to just chill out. Oh, no, I get it. I totally understand it. Yeah, you're like muted. I cannot hear you at all. I do not know why I can't hear you.
Yeah, Nick.
Howard, I cannot hear you at all.
I can hear him.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Okay, great. Never mind then. If they can hear you, then probably they can hear you. So.
I can hear him.
All good.
Yeah, Nick, I was just talking about the Cardinals situation right now. They're only 1.5 game back from the NL wild card race, but I was kind of saying their depth, isn't totally there right now. I think your trades that you made don't kill your farm, but are able to, build that team in the future. Totally there right now. I think your trades that you made.
Yeah, see, I can't hear Nick on the stream for some reason. Hold on, Nick. I can't hear you at all on the stream.
We'll figure it out. All right, there we go.
No, I can't hear you.
Here, hit that OBS real quick down there. Let's hit that. No, that's Discord. Desktop audio. Here, go down a little bit. We should be trying to get that desktop audio sound to be up.
And
Here, slide it down real quick. We're listening.
you still can't hear.
Well,
Why can I not hear Nick Howard?
audio input capture. Yeah, let's hit another. Okay. Go. Where's your headphones that you're listening to? Hit that. Okay. Wow, that's really loud.
Yeah, that's
Here, let's listen to Nick. Nick, could you say something?
I can't hear him at all.
Is it on the...
Hello?
Still can't hear him.
Wow, that's really loud. Here, let's listen to... Say something again, Nick. Could you say something?
Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you on the stream now, Nick. I just can't hear you in my headphones.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you want here?
Well, then we ain't
Dylan,
just gonna
Dylan,
make
check for me real quick
that.
too. Make sure text me in the chat.
Here, put this one.
Make sure
You'll
that
hear him.
you can hear him.
You'll hear him.
All right, if I am heard in the stream, then what I was going to say is our first round pick from this year
On the stream.
isn't doing too good, but I mean he's doing really good. JJ that we got from West Virginia, he's done a pretty good job. Jordan Walker's just catching his form again. Victor Scott looks like a completely different player. So I think the development system's on the uprise. It's just in a really weird situation where, like you said, I mean, we don't have a lot of depth right now. I mean, we got Tommy Pham, but,
Guess who's back?
you know, it is what it is. Look at the man coming back from
Tell your friends. Guess who's back?
his
Guess who's back?
safe
Guess who's back?
co
Guess who's back?
or whatever it is now journey. P4, how are you doing in this?
Hello, folks. Bobby! What's up, big dog? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty bad.
P4, how do you feel about getting scored about almost nearly 20 runs in a single
22 to
series?
1. 22 to 1 was the
22
official.
22 to 1. Okay, so it was over 20
yeah,
runs.
We
Nice.
already discussed that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
we
22 to
hey,
1.
But we
It was pretty bad. Julio did strike out 5 times today, even though he probably shouldn't have played because he's coming back to the IL, and it was Rob Manfred who made the call and said, you got to put him on Sunday Night Baseball. It's the first time Sunday Night Baseball is in Seattle in over 20 years.
Well, we made a group decision for the Dudes and Sports, since the other guys are on, that the whole Dudes and Sports podcast agrees that Bobby Witt Jr. is the best player in the MLB. That was just there was nobody else
That's
on,
not my
so-
vote.
Well,
Little
that's
Bobby
how it
Witt
works. If you
Merrifield.
don't show up
Little
on
Bobby
time, then you
Witt
get missed out on votes. And
Oh, so we got to
You know
give
what?
little participation points for
Gunnar
Bobby Witt
Henderson-
it's
being
okay.
good.
You didn't want to
today.
be on for the first 45 minutes and only want to show up so you don't have to do smart or dumb roulette.
Oh,
Might
and-
as well hop
still
off
on?
right afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
I-
Well,
that's-
I was
I'm
always
glad-
worried about
I'm
his
glad that's- I'm
three-day
glad that's
contract.
all
I'm
that my
gonna put a 3-day
contribution wants to be.
contract on you.
I'm past that.
Oh, I can average 20 points a game with that. No problem. Kyle brick shots and is 15 from the field.
Oh man.
Fair enough.
What have we got?
Kyle, can you hear me?
We're done with the MLB, right?
Wait, hold on. Fucking
That looks
okay,
crazy.
Joe, these Raycons, they have the awareness mode and everything's
Hold on.
squeaking and
He's
stuff.
like,
Touch his
he's like
ear.
keeps like grabbing my
that
ear,
goes in your
bro.
right ear. Goes in
He
your
likes to
right
like he's Kyle has an
Put it
ear
in your right
fetish. Ear
Hey,
fetish. It's crazy.
we don't
We were talking about
shame
the MLB,
Kyle's
now we're on
kinks.
ear fetishes. It's
Okay,
kind of
whatever.
the
He's got it.
Welcome to your average
I
Kyle
was
Selting
almost
segment.
done. Okay, but the Cardinals, we've figured out the Cardinals.
They suck.
And the Giants have
Pretty
their
much.
way. That's about it. I had one more thing. Of course, my team of the week is the Arizona Diamondbacks. Congratulations. And then
Shout out Arizona.
I don't even know if I want to ask this question because it's going to be so stupid. The conversation's going to be dumb. But it was going to be who's going to win the AL MVP. And we already know what P4 is going to say. He's going to say Bobby Merrifield Witt Jr. or some bullcrap like that. Nick Howard. Now, here's the
Bobby
thing.
Whitmer.
As
That's what we call him.
I am not going to say that Aaron Judge is good because he plays in a Mickey Mouse ballpark and all that stuff. Because I've already done the math. I have done the math. I've done the stats. I've done everything.
He's done the math, folks. He's done the math.
Yeah, if you switch Bobby Witt Jr. and Aaron Judge in their respective ballparks, what it comes out to be is Bobby Witt Jr. has a 1.005 OPS, and Aaron Judge has a 1.004
Oh.
OPS. Which
So
is
if I
still
did
good.
the math, you saw a tweet yesterday.
The math
Nope,
is math.
I done the
bro.
math. You want to
Math
know
is mathin'.
if Aaron Judge played at Kauffman Stadium for his home games instead of the Yankee Stadium, how many home runs?
The
do you think
Royals
he
would be a
have?
World Series
Hold on,
winner
still.
contender.
How many home
That's
runs?
what would happen
How
if
many
that was
home
the
runs?
case.
How many home runs do you think Aaron Judge would have?
If Gunnar Henderson, or if the Orioles
Aaron
win the
Judge was
AL
competing at a
25.
ballpark.
Henderson is the
25 home runs. He would have 25 instead of 41. So it is the ballpark. It absolutely is the ballpark.
I mean, if he faced the Chicago White Sox 10 times a season, he probably would also have inflated stats. Let's be honest about
Maybe.
that as well.
I'm not saying, but I think this race is a lot. It's like the not Milky Cabrera. Golly, did not mean to
Jesus.
disrespect McGregor.
Yeah. On that same note, Kyle, why the Rockies are just world beaters then, right? Because they play in a stadium where
Well, that's
beneficial.
They suck though, and their ballpark is huge.
Oh.
And their ballpark
They don't
is
matter.
enormous.
You don't understand.
Anyways, that it's a dumb conversation. Aaron Judge will probably win the MVP because his offensive stats are still ridiculous, no matter what
They're
ballpark
pretty
he plays.
just insane.
We will admit that the ballpark he plays in does give him a lot more home runs. But if he played in any other ballpark, he'd still have as many doubles and crap like that. So his OPS would still be ridiculous.
He's just a big human that can hit the ball very far.
It's
it doesn't.
not-
I
it's
think
not fair.
it
It's not
matters
fair.
the situation.
It's not
Yeah.
fair. So we'll see what happens. I really don't care who wins the MVP because of Bobby Wood Jr.
you guys want to see a seal?
Huh?
On live. Oh, dude, yeah.
You see the seal on the raft?
Deep.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Look at that.
But other than that, I'm done with
Nice.
MLB. Congratulations to everybody who won and lost and all that stuff. Seattle, your offense still sucks and your management's still poor. You just got a bad.
Shout out Randy Rosarena. Shout out Randy.
All right, are we?
Yeah,
smart?
he got beamed today,
Are we smart?
and he got thrown
We
out.
are going to Smart or Dumb because we're gonna do NFL stuff here next time when everybody's all ready and stuff like that. So we're just gonna go straight to Smart or Dumb, and then we've got one last thing to do tonight that we will explain after Smart or Dumb. Mr. P4, sir, main man from way out west.
All right,
please
someone's have to give me a
explain
30-second count.
what you got.
I won't
I
be
can
able to do
do
the 30-second count as well.
Okay.
I could do it.
All right, I got you guys. Question number one.
Oh, question
Oh
number
wow,
one.
we're going right now.
We're going right now.
I got you guys.
Rip the
I
band-aid. Rip the
I have to
band-aid.
use my phone, but I'm not cheating. I
Real
promise.
quick score update. It's Kyle and I both have 1 point, and Nick Howard has 0. There's your score update.
Riveting.
Yeah, since Pete
Missed a
P4
whole
was doing
week.
Really hard questions. Okay, go P4.
All right.
Freaking cheater, probably gonna look. At
Even
my
though
sheet.
the Mariners have outscored the Mets 22-1 in this series, they're still known as one of the saddest franchises in American professional sports, with only 5 playoff appearances in their 48 years of existence. Fun fact. How many World Series titles do the New York Mets have?
My dog, by the way.
I think I know this one.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm ready. Oh, that's really small, but it says 3.
2.
Kyle got 2. The answer is 2.
Yeah!
Damn it.
The straw that stirred New York.
1986 and what?
69.
69. Yeah, really early. It was like
Jeez,
Yeah,
I don't
4
even know
years.
who the hell was on that team.
62. They were inaugural season 1962.
Let's go.
All right. We ready for number 2? And you guys
Yep.
aren't going to like this one. It's similar to the question last week. Every MLB team has retired number 42 for Jackie Robinson. The Mariners have retired 2 other numbers, former members of the franchise. Who are they? 2 numbers retired
both
by the
of them?
Mariners. Yep. Other than Jack.
Who are they, by the way?
I'm asking.
Okay. No, I was asking
what's
what
his
you
name?
I don't know what number he wore.
Wait, we're getting the numbers?
No, just the name. Just the name.
Okay.
Oh, just
okay.
the names? Oh.
Tired.
I think the Mets have like 6 or 7.
Yeah, 2. I'm pretty sure. These are good answers, I believe. I know one of them is. Everyone should know one of them. We know the one, but there's one that should be an answer. But if it's not, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I think I have one. The
Espe-
other one, there's.
there are-
Oh! I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who it is.
All
I know
right.
who it
Time
is.
up.
Okay.
Turn
let him
around.
write,
All
let him
right,
write, let
you
him
guys
write.
got
Okay.
it.
Well, we'll finish.
Okay,
I
I'm good,
think-
I'm good.
I think I got it.
All right, go.
All right. Ready? Yep. Oh no. P4. Do you got it? What do we got?
Can I see?
Oh, I got Edgar and Griffey on mine.
Yup.
I got Griffey
And what do they
Edgar.
have?
PC has Edgar Hernandez.
Okay.
I got Ken Griffey and Felix Hernandez.
Oh, I have Hernandez, not Martinez. That sucks. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nick is correct.
Dang it.
Let's go.
All
So
Hey,
Nick's got 1
Felix
point.
isn't a bad answer.
I knew
All right.
it was. I knew it was.
I was
God
really
damn it,
thinking
Martinez,
Felix. I was like,
knew
no,
that
no, no,
was
no, no.
too,
Yeah,
bro.
I was like, man, I
Golly.
like when I was writing that, I was like, I bet
Martinez,
Edgar. I bet Edgar.
I was thinking of Felix Hernandez.
I was gonna be so pissed if it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
Felix has
Robinson
has not gotten his number retired yet. It'll probably be next season when he's eligible
Yeah,
for.
I was thinking.
So is
I was like,
Ichiro. And Ichiro, fun fact, shared a number with Randy Johnson. So I don't know if they do something for Ichiro, if they add on Randy, or if they just
Hey,
never bring up.
okay. No.
I mean, yeah, make the
Number 50.
sacrifice.
No,
Definitely choose Ichiro. All
next
right, give us
question.
number 3.
Question 2. So
Number
yeah, this is
3.
3. Yeah.
The Mets have had 4 team captains in their history.
Oh my gosh.
The most recent one, David Wright, served as team captain from 2013 to his retirement in 2018. Name one other Mets team captain. They've had 4. I gave you one.
It's got to be this. No way it's not this dude.
Yeah, I'm
No
pretty
way.
sure. If this guy isn't a team captain, I'm gonna lose my screws. I only have one answer. I have a couple others, but there's
I don't
no-
know if he was a captain, but we'll see.
Wait a second, a long time. Do we got our question, our answers down?
We're good.
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, turn on.
I have strawberry.
Mike
that's crazy.
Piazza. Mike Piazza.
0 for 3, gentlemen.
Dang it!
How is Mike Piazza not a captain? He's one
There
of the.
was not a captain during the Piazza days in the early aughts, other
Ridiculous.
than John Franco.
Oh, Franco.
John Franco was the captain from like 03 to 07, and the other 2 captains were Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter was a co-captain for a season.
Keith Hernandez.
You got the
Keith
position
Strawberry
right.
Hernandez
Keith Hernandez,
over
bro.
Mike Piazza?
Well, that was 2 different generations, dipshit.
I know, but at the same time, like they won't have Mike Piazza.
Yeah, one won a World Series, the other one didn't.
Piazza hit a home run after 9/11, man.
Mike Piazza has the most home runs as a catcher.
Hey, and he's a goddamn American hero.
He almost has 500 home runs as a
If
catcher.
he doesn't have his, if he's not a captain, he's a freaking American Purple Heart.
Ridiculous that Mike Piazza is not a catcher.
I know as soon as I said the captain, the Mets have had captains, PC was going David Wright. I'm surprised he didn't write it down.
You said David
Still
Wright
wanted to hide my
didn't
head.
count, so
In the group chat. I know. You said in the group chat. I wrote it down.
I wrote it down. I was ready for it.
All right, number 4.
Quattro.
We are live here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. This was written under the assumption that I would still be at the stadium at T-Mobile Park. T-Mobile bought the naming rights for the stadium in 2019. Prior to T-Mobile, it was called Safeco. Since it was built in 1999, it remained Safeco until recently. Where did the Mariners play before Safeco? You guys want to see a boat take off?
Bro, yeah.
Boat. I like to see a boat.
Wow. Wow.
Carbo.
Fuck, this is. I don't know.
Carbo. All right, we
I'm
ready?
so screwed.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Ready to go.
Tacoma Dome.
Tacoma Dome.
Oh my gosh!
What's Kyle saying?
No, bad answer. It was a city.
What'd you say?
No, I said no.
All
Nothing.
right, what Howard said?
I had Soho on mine. Or whatever the hell it's
Kingdom.
called
The
downtown.
Mariners never played in the Tacoma Dome. They played in the Kingdom.
Oh,
Kingdom.
Seattle Seahawks also
I
played.
thought it would have been the Tacoma.
Oh.
It was blown up.
I
And
never
Crazy.
replaced.
got
The
that. I
Tacoma
thought it was
Dome
the
is
Tacoma
still a
Dome.
thing.
Dang.
Oh well. One
Good
more.
answer. Good answer. All right, it's
I
loud. It's loud.
unfortunately brush on my Seattle history.
Hefner gave my sister a ball. Jeremy Hefner, the Mets pitching coach.
That's pretty sick.
All right, gentlemen, final question. I think you guys are going to really like this one. What's the score update, by the way?
I think
Core
it's
update?
It's
3
over.
to
right
2
now.
to 2 to 1.
Oh,
3 to
2, 2, 1.
yeah, 2 to 2 1.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what you guys get here. More on T-Mobile. T-Mobile Park's
Oh,
record
no.
attendance, 54,097 persons. Which event was taking place on this historic day? Hint, it was March 30th of 2003.
What?
What was the biggest event at the time Safeco's history? The most persons ever in the stadium. What was the event that day? I learned this today.
I will be honestly a bit stunned if it's not this.
I don't even know what I'm answering here. Like what?
I
What event happened?
Yes.
What event was going on? Like, why did they buy a ticket to the stadium?
If the highest in their park?
I think
My
this
answer
it.
is
I
just
don't know.
kind of
though.
stupid.
I could definitely be wrong.
Swing it around, gentlemen.
Kyle's got nothing.
All right, I got it.
All right. Yep. Perfect timing.
I said
I'm
opening
going
day.
to show it.
Opening day.
Yeah.
I got the Ken
Oh,
Griffey. Wild
Oh,
card
shit.
Oh my God, bro.
Pearl Jam concert. Nice.
Pearl
That's a
Jam
good
concert.
answer. Unfortunately, you guys are all wrong.
one. Dang it!
WrestleMania 19.
Oh, my God, bro.
I thought one of you guys would have pulled that out.
Nope, did not pull
This
that
is
out.
the
That's a
referee
great
Bro, that's
one.
such a fire WrestleMania, too. That's tough. That's tough.
WrestleMania 19, fun fact I learned, was the first WrestleMania under the WWE promotion. Prior to that,
Wow.
it was WWF.
That's
That sounds about right. That's crazy.
It's a good
That's
one.
crazy.
But hey, we all got a point today. So going
Congrats.
into week 3,
I did
which,
not think you were going to say any
which
wrestling
will look a
names.
little bit different. We're going to explain that in just a little bit. But we're going in where I currently have 2 points. Mr. K. Steltzer has 2 points. And Nick is at the bottom of the totem pole with his 1 point. So usually this is where we would end the show. However, we have a huge thing going on here next week. Absolute bigger and better than everybody else does it. Drum roll, please, fellas. It is the Dudes and Sports Fantasy Football live stream draft coming up next Sunday at 8 p.m. And you know, you're used to seeing just the 4 dudes. You're used to seeing Main Man from way out west. You got the guy from the Arches. You got Mr. K-Stel over here, and you got the host. We're going to add a few more fellas to the equation. We've got 8 more dudes coming and playing with us in this fantasy football. It'll be a
Just a
weekly
few.
update about our live stream, just to see how the season's going. There is a little bit of, I think we're going to do a little bit of a punishment, and I think the punishment wheel is a great way to have our punishment go for whoever loses. Now, we do have some really great friends, and these guys are very new to our show as well. So they've actually asked me to go over some of the Wheel of Punishment, different topics that you could get. So I'm opening it up right now so we can have this. Here we go. So I'm going to live stream this right now. Let's just do the first screen. Second screen. All right. Here it is.
Take egg roulette out.
Egg roulette is now no longer, right? Because I did egg roulette last week. Oh, wait. I got to do this every time I click it. But it's fine. Hold on.
False alarm.
There we go. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of perspective, okay? Dude made sandwich. Guys get to pick a sandwich. You have to eat it on live stream. If a person that is not in our normal live stream podcast ends up losing, they will be on our episode and they will be doing one of these things.
Or they'll take a video. Sometimes
we got some video things on here as well. Another great one that we have is the Ice Bucket Challenge. Pretend like you're back in 2015 and actually post that on your social media. Be pretty great. You got the Star Wars Acolyte PowerPoint, where you get to watch the entire series of this Star Wars, and you get to actually make a PowerPoint over it and explain the incredible is it good? Do you know? I don't think it's any good. But we'll have to find out. Maybe somebody will help us out there. Improv Comedy Club is the one that I hope that somebody gets. You have a minute long where you're going to have to do a comedy stand-up routine in front of the Dudes and Sports live stream, and then the dudes get to obviously critique your comedic actions. So there's some pretty great ones here. Live broadcast for a WNBA game. You have to be an actual broadcaster. Turn all the sound off, and you'll live stream for 3 hours while the WNBA game is going on. So there's a lot of great things on this list. But let me close real back out here. What we're gonna do is very simple. Okay, we've got 12 guys. Okay, the 12 guys are. Obviously, you've got the main four. PC, K-Stel, P4, and Howard. Then you've got Slippy, who is a roommate of mine, very, very good, and should be in contention for winning the entire league. Another one we've got next is Caleb T, or Caleb Turner, another great friend of ours. He should be really good this year. We've got Dummy, or Ethan Crandall. Shout out Ethan Crandall. He's definitely going to try and come up with some of the most absurd trades all year.
He's a Dallas fan. He's a Dallas
Cowboys fan and a New York Yankees fan. However that works, nobody understands. It's kind of like P4 from Seattle, but I guess it's a lot worse because it's the Cowboys and the Yankees.
Shoot, I'd take that.
You've got Jake the Snake, or Jake Morgan.
No, take that back. Take that back before we continue.
Take that back. I take that back.
What are you talking about?
No, that's worse. It's worse. Cowboys Yankees fan is worse than a Mets and Jets fan from Seattle.
He picked the two worst teams to bandwagon.
Yeah, he hates his life.
Jets, Jets.
And they were so originally.
I was going to the bathroom. I was going to the bathroom, and there was an old guy. He was probably 80. I swear to God, Kyle. He goes, "Step right up and greet the man."
Step right up and greet the man.
So we got Jake the Snake, or Jake Morgan, great friend of ours. You've got Mr. Herzing, sir, who is a very established and very esteemed gentleman.
Herzing, I assume Herzing is probably
King Herzing.
The number one ranked guy, or number one probability.
Out of the Dudes and Sports
number one ranked.
That's what you figured out too. I think he might be.
He's got the highest betting odds.
Absolutely.
The analytics behind the scenes, our guys back there that we totally have. Another guy,
Don't put money down.
One of
He's
the
a
guys
favorite.
from very first streams, Mr. Casey Rose, is going to be joining us from
Casey
Seattle.
Rose.
That's going to be
Casey
phenomenal.
Rose.
We need a little bit of elderly advice from him.
Give us
so
lore.
That'll be phenomenal. We've got Mr. Wyatt Schmidt, or Schmitty as we like to call him, and he's going to be the Sullivan. He has a master's in tromboning. It's pretty great. He should be really good at fantasy football. So shout out him. And then our last guy, his name is Alex LaBarge. We're calling him Le Frog. He should be exciting as well. So here's how this is going to work. Okay, I'm going to flip between the two different screens. Oh, I guess can't do that. We'll have to end it every single time, which kind of stinks. But no worries. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. Okay, then I have another wheel that's going to show you the specific number that you're going to draft from. Okay, so I'm going to spin the wheel, right? And then go to the next one. And then that'll tell you what position you're going to be in. Okay, does that make sense?
Extra complicated.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Everybody make sense? We're all good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Click and then go back. Go back. The first one.
First one, Casey Rose.
Casey Rose.
Casey Rose.
Wow.
The guy gets to go first. Remove him. Come back over here. Now we get to see what spot will Casey Rose.
It looks close. Oh my word!
Oh no!
He is the number 1 overall pick. The old guy. Number 1 overall pick. Oh my goodness! Crowd goes nuts. Number 1 pick. Oh my goodness! Who's he gonna pick? Is he gonna pick Christian? Is he gonna pick Tyree? Is he gonna pick whoever? I'm gonna say Brown. I don't know, but it's great.
Our neighbors hate us.
Too excited
Our
there.
neighbors hate us.
I just get a little excited, so I can't really help it sometimes. Like it's just the way it is.
Casey Rose.
Hey, man,
Congratulations.
you gotta sell it. You gotta sell the first
Is
pick.
now
Shout out
our
Casey.
number 1 overall draft pick. That'll be super exciting. So Casey Rose, number 1 overall draft pick. Let's see where the next dude will be. Oh no, Mr. Howard, sir.
Oh man.
We're
It's gonna
gonna
go
see,
1 to
man.
12.
We're gonna
It's
see.
gonna go 1 to 12.
Here, take
I
off
know
12.
this. I've seen this just
Sorry,
so
I
much.
removed it. 1, yeah. All right. What you think here? What's a spot you want to land?
Give me 3.
Mr. Howard, sir, gets pick number 11.
It ain't 12,
But
but close
snake draft
enough.
means he gets 13 too, or 14 too. So we'll see how that ends up happening. Or yeah, it's 14, right? Because
I'll take that. I usually get middle. I usually get middle.
So
I'll take it.
that'll be very, very interesting. So we got Mr. Howard, sir, here at 11.
Gotta think hard
do you want
about
to
my
write him
second
down
round
for
pick.
me? Just put it in there. All right. So
Get that
the
data.
next.
Casey Rose has acknowledged that he's drafting number 1.
Sweet. All right, next
acknowledged
person to
that.
draft. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh! Thank goodness we don't gotta talk about Ethan Crandall and the
snake.
Cowboys.
The
Thank
snake.
God.
The
But we
snake.
got Jake, the Snake, Morgan, coming up here. We're gonna see
Let's
which
ride.
spot
Zach
he
Wilson.
is spinning
Let's ride.
from.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Let's see.
Zach will.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Gets the last pick
Oh.
in
Do
the
you think Bo
draft.
Nix will still be available at 12?
Yep.
That'd be tough to tell, man. He's a pretty good player.
Bo Nix going at pick 12 with Jake the Snake there. 100%. Definitely happening. He definitely would do something like that.
Bo
We're
Nix
running
and
down.
KJ.
Hopefully, is there a way we could just take Ethan Crandall off? Like, do we really want a Cowboys fan? Oh, great. Oh, great.
no.
Here's K-Stel. Okay,
Uh-oh.
K-Stel,
You're
sir.
talking all this
Where
trash.
do you think? Where do you want to land? What's your ideal
I
position?
mean, absolutely number 2.
number 2. You like number 2?
I mean, I'd love to be.
I hope you
I don't
like
want to be in
I
the
will
middle.
say, the person who gets middle, yeah.
Oh, he opened his mouth. He gets to be pick number 5.
That's a really bad spot because
No benefits in a snake draft.
Top 4's gone
the top
already.
4 guys are pretty good, and after that, you kind of have to discuss what you're doing.
All right, here we go. Next person. It's going to be the host. The host.
Oh.
All right, let's see where the host. I would like to be in the top 4.
6.
If I could be.
6.
No, I'm
If I could-
P4.
6.
Oh.
I would like to be. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with 3. If I could be 3,
6.
that'd be great.
6.
Go 3. Go 3.
6.
Go 3. Go 2. 2. Hey, I'll take number 2. I'll take 2. 2's a great spot to pick from.
Rigged.
I get to pick who I want.
Rigged. Rigged.
It's not
Rigged.
rigged. There's no
He will
rigging
take
to it.
number
He's a
2.
spin on
He
a
pointed
wheel.
in his mouth.
He's just pretty mad that he's just not very good at this.
That's
It's
Kamala
just.
Harris rigging right there.
That doesn't even make sense.
All right.
Why don't we just
Next.
rebrand this as a political podcast?
Yeah. It's like 25%
person.
political.
Oh!
Keep going.
Slippery. Excuse me. It's gonna pick up. Let's see where
Slippy,
Mr. Slippy
man.
Sir is going to
Is that
be
what his name's based off of?
drafting
That'd be kind
from.
of nice.
Please be like number 3 so I can steal your player. Okay, number 4. Not bad. You get the top 4 pick. So you just draft in there right at number 4, Mr. Slippy Sir. We'll meet Mr. Slippy Sir, obviously, next week. So now we're going right back
Speaking of
to
Slippy,
it.
did you guys see what Logan Gilbert did after the game yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Look, that's probably what Slippy's doing right now,
Killed it.
too.
Yep, 100%.
Bad.
All right. Oh, great. Oh, great. We got the
Ooh,
Cowboys fan.
Is this lucky number 6?
Hopefully he gets number 6
lucky
is what I'm
number
hoping.
6.
Maybe 7. 7 would be great too. Oh, go. Stay there. Stop. Okay, not bad. It is 7. 7. We get the Cowboys guy right in the middle.
Wow,
It's
that was
okay, I'll probably
close.
pick CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott 1 and 2, so it doesn't really matter.
If CeeDee Lamb is playing, that is.
Yeah, well, he'll be a Chief, so. All right,
Or
next
with
person.
the NFL's looking Raider.
Caleb Turner. The turn and
May not
burn.
get a
Caleb
selection.
Turner.
Caleb.
Mr. Caleb, sir,
Mr.
you are going to be
Turner.
drafting in
8.
slot number 8, right behind
Wow.
the dummy. That's going to be really interesting to see how many picks Crandall steals from.
He's going to be
Mr.
pissed
CT
when
there.
he finds out that Scotty Scheffler does not.
Scotty Scheffler is
Can't
not
draft
in
him.
the league. You cannot pick Scotty Scheffler at 8, Caleb. Sorry.
3, 4.
Oh, great. Main man from way out west. Let's see where he's going to end up.
We still got 6 on the board. We got
6,
6
9,
on the board.
10, and 3.
Oh,
Oh, he's picking at 3. Right behind me. I'm going to
Oh,
definitely look at his draft board and pick his favorite care player. It's going to be great when I
keep
steal it
going.
right from underneath his fingers.
I'm going to
Brees
put my
Hall is
draft
not
board
making
in
it to the
fucking
third
Portuguese.
pick. Brees Hall's getting picked 2nd.
He better
So you
not,
get to
though.
cheer
That'd be
against him on your own
ridiculous.
team.
As long as we're not doing no 2 tight end system this season.
No.
It's okay. I'm taking
Mr.
Garrett Wilson
Belichick himself.
It won't be. It'll be 2
Now,
running backs, 2 wide
anyway.
receivers.
Two running back system. Like
Iowa tight end coach said he was the best ever.
Wyatt Schmitty, the tromboner. You dirty dog.
Mr. Trauma.
Let's see if he's going to be part of 6 or 9. Oh, great. Yes, we get those 2 numbers together. He's picking at number 10. We only got 6 and 9 left. The best 2 numbers to combine together.
look
The
like
Frog or Herzing? It's going to be Mr. Herzing deciding the fate between number 6 and number 9.
Give him a handicap.
Which one is it? We can't
I
tell. Is
I
it
guess.
6 or 9?
Disadvantage.
Is it 6 or 9?
Which one is
It's
it?
I don't even know.
9.
Who even knows?
It's a 9. So that means Mr. Lefrog,
The one
Alex
that the pointer's
Labarge,
on.
is picking in the 6 hole. So, Mr. Stelting, sir, do you have him in order to figure out
Yeah, I'll get him.
what the exact order is of this live stream next week?
Yes. Okay, here we go. Here's our picks. We got Casey Rose, number 1, PC, number 2 overall pick, P4 coming in at 3, Slippy at number 4, K Stelt, me at 5. We got who's number
Labarge.
Labarge is at 6. We got Crandall at 7, Caleb Turner 8, Herzing 9, Schmitty 10, Howard at 11, and then the Jake the Snake in the Snake Draft at number 12 next week.
Next week. Yeah, mark your calendars already. We'll be on the Instagram telling you specific dates and stuff like that time. We are looking, it is going to start here at 8 p.m. Central Time. For you West Coast people, it'll be 6 o'clock on a Sunday. So we'll be able to get that going, and it should be a good time. There's going to be a lot of guys in there. There'll be a live draft. Some dudes hanging out and chilling and doing some sports. So, I think that's it for the fellas today, huh? Pretty good podcast, not too bad. Had some late bloomers come in, but
Yeah, are we gonna do smarter dumb tomorrow, or are we gonna take a?
we are
week
going
off?
to take a
Smarter
a
Dumb.
week off of Smarter Dumb for the live stream. Yes. Well, let's talk about it. Well, to be determined. Maybe we can flip it in there or something like that. Maybe in the first 15 minutes, because to get everybody on and stuff like that, maybe we can throw it in there. I don't know. To be determined. We can figure it out here, and we can send something out. But yeah. End of the podcast. Let's go. Since he's driving back now, main man from way out west. Give your final thoughts to the people.
Yep, I think the Mets need to get rid of everyone who's ever thrown a pitch for the team this last season. And not just, like, get rid of them, like, trade them to the Royals or another garbage small market team. But, like get rid of them.
You mean just keep them with the Mets?
Like, Adam Ottavino should be living in fucking goddamn Greece right now or some shit.
It's like 40,
Guy can't play. I did have a convo with Mr. Ottavino. I said, Adam, how's the arm? And he gave me a thumbs up. And I said, can I talk you into one of those balls? I pointed at the ball bucket that's sitting next to him, and he shrugged at me. I said, I'm 4-0 in my slow pitch league, which is true. And then he kind of shrugged me off and went back. Then he gave up 2 runs in 1 inning. So that's what I think about you, Adam.
That's actually never happened at the end.
Who's a better player at the end?
When was the last time MLB player gave up
All
2
right,
runs
gentlemen.
in an inning?
Yeah.
Well,
That's so.
when it was 1-0, we thought we had a chance in the first game. Then it started the onslaught. Then I think the first game was 4-0, second game was 6-0, and then obviously today was like, what, 12-1?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Couple of 1 finish. Tough life.
Yeah, no good. Julio did strike out 5 times. That's where I'll leave you guys. Goodbye, folks.
Mr. Howard, sir. What you got?
Yeah. It's getting close to football season. I was literally just talking with my friend yesterday that it's crazy that the Titans are already playing a football game. It feels like the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl and like the season ended literally like a couple months ago. But we're back. I'm not complaining. It's going to be fun. Olympics ended, but that just brings on new sports as the summer closes. Watched a crazy boxing fight. Quick story. Nice phone call that I literally was thinking about. I have this pulled up, so it won't be too long. But I was literally thinking about placing a bet in Illinois not too long ago over in the East St. Louis side. And I was like, nah, it's like not really just the whole lot I had to do to get out of my way or to go after getting that. And it was 700. What plus 700 was a money line. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I thought all week that this dude was knocking him out, but just not like a normal, like insane, nothing insane, just any sort of knockout. And this is what ended up coming down at the end of it. Instead of plus 700, just something simple. It's a champion, can't be too crazy, but you know. Things just happen in combat sports that can happen out of nowhere, and that happens.
Oh.
Just down the ground, flattened out. The ref counts to 10. He could count to 50. That dude doesn't know that he's in Albuquerque. He probably thinks he's in Kuwait. And that is how, if you think in your mind anything is not worth the risk, it's a lie. And you can go and do anything you want. Because you might just miss out on $300+. That sums up my weekend. Back with you guys.
Alrighty. Mr. K-Stel, sir. The floor is yours.
Nothing much. Olympics, hooray. Hollywood Brown, boo. But we saw Patrick Mahomes, yay. Royals are right now, yay.
Yes, yay.
Hopefully they'll still be a yay at the end of the season. I would cry. If the Royals make the playoffs, I will cry. I will cry. Because I still don't, it's still 44 games to go. 44 games to go. This team was, yeah, so it'll be crazy. It'll be bananas. Biggest turnaround in MLB. If they hit 90 games. They got to hit 90 games and it'll be the biggest turnaround. But other than that, just kind of walking the line. Not actually, but, figuratively with sports now. And we'll see what happens. College football, please. Hurry up. I need you bad.
It's coming up.
Well, end of the month.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
I think.
Yeah.
I think is when the first game is.
Give us the football. Give us everything coming back.
Absolutely.
And end of baseball season, it's the perfect time. Perfect storm.
Just right in the middle of just love.
Chaos.
It's absolute love, peace, harmony. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about the live streams coming up every single week, usually except for next week. Don't forget about next week. We start at 8 o'clock Central Time. But every other week is 9:30 Central Time. But, yeah, like, subscribe. Love hanging out with the dudes. And we will see you guys